Kristen Brindley, publisher of Nova Real Producers. I'm here with the wonderful Raj and Green Valley Home Builders. If you haven't checked out his story, make sure you do. It's an honor to have him as a partner, and thank you so much for being with us today.
Of course. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me, Christine.
Absolutely. Some of my favorite conversations with you have been about, different books we're reading and, purpose of life. And you have two great kids. And so, I always start out with like, so tell us a little bit about what you do. Like, what is it that you do as a builder? And did you always think you'd be a builder? Or like, how did that happen? Thank you, Raj.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. No, I did not know I wanted to be a builder. My background is I'm a structural engineer. My academic background, my experience is a structural engineer. So I went to college, engineering college. Then my first job is here in Tyson Corner as a structural engineer. Then I worked there for a few years. Then I moved to another engineering firm here in Fairfax in Virginia. And I was working there for almost 10 years. Then after 10, 12 years experience, I told my boss, I really don't like this anymore because it's just boring. You're sitting in office, looking at a computer. Site visits are very limited. You are not going to the site, meeting with the people that much. I mean, we go to the meetings because we do big structural design, multi-family office building, things like that. It's exciting, but when you keep doing it for 10 years, it's not so exciting. So I told
That
my
makes
boss,
sense.
yeah, and I told my boss, you know what, this is not exciting. I have to go to the site. I have to do something different. And he said, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do construction. So he didn't believe first time, but let me go and try out. I did, and I survived. So I enjoy what I do. I meet a lot of people in this process. So I've been doing for almost 10 years now. We do spec homes, we do custom homes. We're local builders. I live here in Fairfax. My kids go to college. Oh, my kids go to school in this area. We play soccer. They play soccer in this neighborhood. This is my neighborhood. Where I live and breathe and work. This is my community. That's what I always think of when I do business in this community. So
Well, and how does this fit in? I always love to ask, like, what has been like maybe most rewarding and most challenging for you as a builder, Raj?
um, the challenging, anything you do, I think is very challenging, right? Anything involves with the people, you have to deal with the people is always challenging. Something I learned
True
that
that.
everybody, in this world is different. Everyone is different. So you have to treat everyone differently. So as you grow, you have more people you have to deal with, your custom, homeowners, your partners, your vendors, your staff. So if this is the skill, something you have to learn as you grow. So for me, is of course when I build a house for homeowners, and they have this beautiful new custom home, they save their money entire life to build this home. When they see
It's their
this,
dream. Yeah.
their dream home, and especially the kids, the kids, they don't lie, right? Because they're so excited. They're probably living in a smaller house and they have a big house. They're running up and down. They're saying thank you. That's so rewarding for me to see a smile on their faces. I know, we have to pay bills, we have to make money, but when you see that, that's more fulfilling than actually making money. So those are the things actually I'm looking at the end of the project, to see the smiles on the people, how they react, and make sure that they are happy. Make sure that I provided the service I'm supposed to provide as a builder.
What do you think makes you different, Raj?
Um, this is a real question. I don't think I'm not gonna say I'm different from any other builders, you know. But there are a few things I try to do differently. Um, is that for me, treating people with respect and dignity is more important, whether they are my partners, my family members, my staff, uh, my customers. That's more important. Always I try to understand them. And for example, if somebody is calling me to inquire about building custom homes, first thing I try to understand their requirements, because they need to understand we are a very limited builder in terms of custom homes. We don't do too many homes, but there are some of the builders like production home builders. semi-production home builders like Stanley Martin Homes. You have Evergreen Homes, right? NDI Homes. They do 1,500 homes for homeowners. Where you have a production builders like Quality Homes or Toll Brothers, which is different. You know, so when you deal with them, you deal with that company. For me, when they are dealing with me, they are dealing with Green Valley means they are also dealing with me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
always they are not just dealing with my staff, and I will make sure that they feel comfortable talking with me and my people in the office, and always keep that in mind. And I tell them this is the deal. We are here to help you out, and understand your budget, your requirements, and also understand if we are the right fit. Because I can tell you one thing that we as a custom home builder, we don't build too many homes, are more expensive than some of those builders like NDI Homes and Evergreen Homes. We cannot build cheaper than them. The reason is first of all, you have to understand they are building 100 homes, right? And they are building in quantity. I'm building 2 or 3 homes, very specific. Is someone looking for a very local builder, very custom homes, everything upgraded, a lot of specific design requirements? We are the perfect guy. We can help you out from the beginning. Okay. But
That's
if you're
great.
looking for
I
just
think
an
that does make you different. Yeah.
it does. So first thing when people call me, I want to make sure that they are right fit or not. If they are not right fit and their budget is not within our requirements, I let them know, okay, this I don't think we're right fit. I happily give them the contact information of those builders because I think you guys fit with these builders. Okay. But once you find out, okay, they are within our requirements, then we start getting into the details so that they understand, hey, what is the process? Um, what is the process, how we start with, and how it affects your overall budget, how you can minimize the change orders. Because if you know anything about construction industry, we have a very bad reputation about change orders. People think that builders make money from change orders, and any right any industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, any industry, there are good people, bad people. It is what it is. But you need to understand, you have to do enough research. Make sure that you are comparing apple to apple.
100%. Well, and you're, I mean, and I was referred to you a couple times. How do you find your clients?
So we are not doing any marketing, online marketing, anything like that. Mostly coming from the referrals, based on the project we have done in the past. That's what we are focusing right now, anyway. And again, we really don't want to grow in quantity if our quality is suffering or if you are not improving quality. So for us, what we're doing right now is more than enough. I'm building 5, 6 homes, spec homes in McLean high end. Then I have 2, 3 custom homes I'm building per client. Some of the homes like 20, 30, 40,000 square foot homes. These are freaking big house.
Yeah, that's a nice sized house, Raj. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Uh, so when you have a big house like that, it takes few years to even complete it. Um, so we are very happy with what we're doing right now. And in terms of growth, we are not really thinking of going in double or triple in volume. What we're trying to growing is in our quality, quality of what we do, quality of people working here, or training, proper training. Um, but especially in 2020, 21 now with COVID, we are not even thinking of growing because we're thinking of surviving, that's more
Yes, I
important.
do.
Yeah, and that's more important. And construction industry says that most of the guys they work on the side, they live paycheck to paycheck, that's the way it is. And if they are off for 1 week or 2 weeks, they don't have enough money to pay bills. So they have to come and work. So even in COVID starting in 2020, right? January, February, March. Probably 1 week or 2 weeks, he stopped work, but then we continued, And my guys were saying, guys, if you want to take off, you guys take off. But I want to make sure that we feel safe, and we have to do everything we can to make sure we're safe. Um, but then after 1 week or 2 weeks, like everybody's freaking out. No, I have to go back to work. We can't stay home. But at least good thing is, Christine, with new construction, we can still limit the group because the framing guys are only framing. In the concrete are only concrete. They're always working in a group, so you can limit. There is no direct exposure with the outside public and other group. So we try to schedule work in such a way that one group is working one at a time at a house. That's we still
Yeah, no,
try to do it now as much as we can. Yeah.
no, that makes a lot of sense. Well, for you, we've talked about how you connect with realtors and how you treat them, and that's one of the reasons you're part of Real Producers is that you really connect and you care for your realtors. Can you tell us a little bit about how you work with realtors and how you connect with them, and what's really important for you with working with these realtors, our real producers?
Realtors are very important part of this power team. There's any business you have in real estate investing, because I'm also a real estate investor and developer, we call a power team. You have to have a power team because you can't do everything by yourself, right? So realtors are very important power team in our growth. So I always keep that in mind. And also our expertise as a builder and investor, developer is building house, then sell, make money, right? Make our investors happy. But not really real estate transactions, buying a house, selling a house. That's not our expertise. That's not where I want to grow. I know there are some of the big developer builder, they want to do everything in-house, but that's what not I want to grow. We want to grow. And thank God my partners, they understand, my investors understand that. So what happened is we try to work with any realtor. So we don't have anyone in-house, right? So if somebody brings a opportunity or deal off market deal, then we try to work with her, work with him during the whole process. So you help us to buy it, and when house is ready, you list it. So it's a win-win. I want to make sure that you are also taken care of. And like I said before, Christine, I like to be honest as much as I can, right? Because I live in this neighborhood. You bump into other, you never know. That's the way it is. So I try to make sure that it's not. Sometimes I don't put in writing everything. I want to make sure that, guys, this is the putting in writing doesn't mean nothing if you are not honest with it. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, I just have a bad experience right now. We did everything. I didn't put in writing, but didn't happen. But one thing I told her, she was also part of the real producers, but she's very nice. But now I found out was a different reason, which is not because of her. Things happen to people. But I said, it's not about putting in writing. It's about a trust. If you don't trust me, working with me as a builder and a partner, putting writing does not really help because you don't trust me. You don't like me anyway. What is the purpose? So I want to make sure that you like me. I bring value as a builder to you. And same thing as a realtor, be honest with me too. I know that as a realtor, you have to work with different builders. You work with the different builders, but usually, don't try to give me something. And, you send one deal to 5 builders. Now, all of a sudden, 5 builders are competing. And I don't like it because the way it works, usually the realtor I've worked with, Christine, is they come to me, say, Raj, I have a deal. This is a price. Yes or no? If you don't like it, go to another builder. That way I think it's fair and square for everybody. And that also builds a trust that, hey, you trust me, you bring the deal to me directly, you didn't go to other builders. Or, go to other builders, don't come to me. Do at a time. I think that will build more trust between us for long term. Because like you say, I love working. This and real estate construction is my thing. I will never retire until I'm 100 years old or even, whatever it is. So I want to build that long-term relationship with the people I work with. And that's what I try to emphasize with people, if that makes sense.
Well, and you've emphasized, play a fair game, and you always, I mean, you have partners and realtors you've worked with for a long time, and you just keep adding more that you work with, and you just, I've heard all good things on how you handle working with realtors. And what's a tip you can give to help with working with your business? Is there any tips that you give, out there?
Tips, about me, you already say I love reading books. I truly believe that you have to invest in your family and self-development. Because if you are not healthy, if you are not capable, you won't be able to help your family, your community, your people, right? So it's not being selfish, it's taking care of yourself, or you're trying to be capable so you can help other people. And I truly believe that principle. So always investing on myself. I'm, reading books and podcasts and training. I have a mentor, business courses. That's part of my life, and that's part of my routine. And try to pass on to my kids and people I know. I I love sharing resources I have. Any people they ask me about what I'm doing, the books, my mentor, my resources, I'll be happy to give it away. I truly believe the more you give,
What
more you
what's a great book you've read recently, and maybe like your favorite quote? Like, can you share with our real producers? Yeah.
um the books I haven't read a lot of books. But like I say, one of the books I read, the recent book I'm book I read, I'm trying to remember which one is the recent one. But now I'm rereading is the high performance habits. Remember, I think
High
you and
performance
I
habits. I
talked about
love
it.
high performance habits. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the second time I'm reading it. It's awesome right now. But like I say, some of the books I read over and over because if you read it over 2, 3 years ago, you forget. So I try to go back and refresh my memory. Um, but now I'm spending more time with the podcast and mentorship. I really don't have a lot of time to reading books because reading books versus podcasts and this is almost the same.
What's your favorite couple podcasts that you like to?
There are two or three I really like. One thing is one podcast I like, Sam Paris with Knowledge Project.
Knowledge projects. Okay.
Yeah, the Knowledge Project with Sam Paris. He's the one who wrote that book. I think I have to look at which one, but it just slipped out of my mind. He is a young writer and he's awesome. I listen to him all the time. Then I'm also addicted to Oprah's Super Soul Sunday. You know,
Oprah Super Soul Sunday.
yeah, so she's inviting all kind of people all over the world about meaningful life. She's mostly focused on meaningful life and purposeful life and happy life, which is so so
I'm gonna have to check that out. Thank you.
yeah, it's awesome. I love it. And Sundays are those things I'm always watching with my family and kids. Um, but then I have other Darren Hardy is also he podcasts every day. I think someone if people don't know, you have to tune in his Darren Daily podcast every
I loved
day.
it this morning about connection, and
You
it was a
did.
really good one. Yeah.
He's doing every day, 5 days a week. I think weekends he's taking break, but like a few minutes of nugget. It's so exciting. It's so nice, to just listen to it because now my house, my from house to office is like less than 5 minutes. So like that's perfect for me. I can listen one or two by the time I reach office, and when I'm in office now, I'm already and pumped up.
I
Um,
love it. That's a way to live life. And if you haven't connected with Raj, you definitely should. And if you didn't read his story yet, make sure you do. And Nova Real Producers, our September issue. Thank you so much for being with us, Raj. We appreciate
no,
you.
no problem. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.